Hello, everybody. My name is Mark. We're back playing Blueprints Day 25. Took a bit of a break from last time. Poured myself another rum and coke. We'll see if that helps or hurts the cause. This time I made it less strong. Don't worry. We did some things yesterday that'll affect future runs, affecting some rarities. Let's first off, this note from Nuance here, which we don't have the magnifying glass, of course. That stamp from Nuance helped us a lot last run. For it allowed us to unlock that sigil room. And it seems like we will need to investigate that room further, or those rooms further. Just in general, but also take the shelter. We got 4 gems. Oh, because the morning room. We can take shelter. We can see what we can do with that. I don't know what day it is today. I mean, we could do math, right? Don't we know the date? The first day? Is today the 28th? Or something? We'll come back. I don't actually recall what the date is. It's been a while. I guess we could check the... I mean, yeah, let's not leave yet. I can check the last book I took out. Oh, but I didn't take a screenshot of the book card. Of the library card. It's okay. No big deal. Alright, what are our goals? We're looking to see security early. I would love to increase the commonality of security. For it to appear as one of our first rooms would be delightful. Let's get rid of hallway. Give us some doors. Before we step in, let's go to the other side. Take early commissary. We have the gems to spend. What's inside? Magnifying glass. We can buy 2 of these. We don't need steps necessarily, but I think early runners make sense because that just always works. Sleeping mask, we're not going to draft rooms early, probably bedrooms early. So let's try to get a sledgehammer as well and see if we can find some trunks. Let's see what's in here. We can still rotate. In fact, I might do that. I don't know what the if we're gonna rotate, I don't want to use the observatory because we're gonna spend too many gems doing so. Let's rotate. $13. Sheesh. 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 11 is 20. Minus 11 plus 6. Or minus 11 minus 6, I should say. Is 3. Times 1 is 3. Is this just 1? 4 times 4 is 16. Minus 4 is 12. Divided by 4 is 3. Okay. 20 divided by 2 is 10. Divided by 5 is 2. Divided by 2 is 1. Most difficult keys we've ever had to earn there. I did say we want to see early securities. Especially now with the experiment, the way it works. We take this. We're going to be low on gems. Let's log in. Just confirm there's nothing there. Let's turn security to light. And then because we got security first, it does behoove us to turn offline mode unlocked And then if we find utility closet, it justifies itself as a card. And then log into network. Take a sip of my rum and coke. Oh, it's logging in faster than ever now. We actually haven't checked the mail here, so let's do that. And let's start from the bottom and work our way up. November 5th, 1986. So this was like 7 years ago. Subject, another request. Mr. Darren, if you had any of those red and blue memo sheets, the Baron has requested a handful of each for a new project he's working on the clock tower. For my part, I can't understand for the life of me why you and the Baron continually insist on confounding my staff and every other person who stumbles upon one of your colored memos. I'm not confident confusion is the best security, but it's not my department, so I'll leave that up to you and the Baron. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. I haven't been taking screenshots of a lot of the emails, and I definitely should be. Putting them in house staff at the very least. So Mr. Darren, I don't know if we know about Mr. Darren. Let me jump to the top here. Yeah, I don't have Mr. Darren written down. It would make sense if he was security, then he would be someone who people didn't know about too much. Wait. We've seen the name Darren before. Kirk Darren is a pseudonym. Does he have access? Does he have admin access? That could be a name. That could be a lead. So it'd be Dare K. Dar K. Mrs. and Kirk Darren was there too anyway. Mrs. Babbage, I'd like to address one potential security vulnerability of having an antechamber lever in the weight room. As the years have gone by, the Baron's frequency of working out in this room has gone from once in a red moon as to as rare as a man without self-pity. As such, when we find this room mostly relegated to guest use, and given that an antechamber lever is not only unsuitable, also a potential security risk, I advise we either remove it or conceal it, install a secondary lever to control the south entrance. Oh, that's huge! That is huge info! Okay, so we need to break down that door ASAP. Because we need that south entrance. Because that foundation is setting us up for it. And we've had so many opportunities to access it, we just always fall through. And then it would make the top right corner feel so good. In that, all we have to do is get a great hall, and then we can access that top right corner, easy peas. Okay. It'd make me feel a lot better about my foundation, is basically what I'm going on. Alright, third email. Regarding security measures, Mr. Darren, sorry for the lagging reply. I'm still learning how to use this confounded machine. Thanks for bringing this issue to our attention. This was not something I had considered, but it does seem like a reasonable suggestion. I will discuss it with the Baron during our next meeting. I know he's expressed interest in installing secondary access levers for both redundancy and convenience, so this might be the perfect excuse to allow him to execute those plans should he still wish to do so. And Kirk says stop recording. Kirk, per last meeting, effective immediately. Please suspend all security camera recordings. Live surveillance has been approved, but the Baron no longer wishes to see tape logs of activity in the state. I know this may seem like a security risk, but I promise good reasoning is behind this seemingly unsound decision. Randolph Moore. And we learned about that earlier. Also, we need to be paying attention to the dates, because there's certain dates where things are happening. In particular, July 25th, 1987. Randolph Moore added a new admin, and the name doesn't quite fit with everything else. So like our only hint on that is the date. And then we want to activate laboratory. We can only activate one at a time, and security is the only other like really big one. I mean, we could go to office and get some money, I guess. That's not too bad, but that's better later. Set up the experiment early, which is huge. Set your dice to 2, lose 10 steps, gain 20 gold. A letter will be delivered to the mailroom. For each time you draft a bedroom after your second, the next 3 times you open a locked trunk, whenever you draft a shop room. We don't have money. These are all good. I kind of want to be farming letters in the mailroom, now that I understand how this works. We could just take 3 letters. Whenever you draft the shop room. I mean, I feel like we're... That's not necessarily true. I was going to say, how often do we draft shops? And it's not too often lately. We don't have money, so I'm not going to want to draft it either. It doesn't make sense to do that. This has highest potential, I think. We don't necessarily want to be drafting bedrooms, and the first one doesn't count anyway. And once again, I'm going to do the thing. We're going to look at the map, even though we're very early. Like, we could just get a bedroom to our right now. Is my thinking. I understand that it's not huge value, but it might give us an item. Oh, we have to log in again. Swanson G. Remote terminal access. Go back to the library. And by library, I mean laboratory. My brain's broken. Okay. Experiment setup. Continue with the experiment. I'm just like thinking how many times we have trunks. We even have a sledgehammer this run? We don't. Let's just do bedroom. Bedroom letters. And then get out of here. This kind of sucks, so I guess we take hallway closet, just remove it from the pool. Lucky rabbit's foot. My buddy was just saying how hard it is for him to find one of those, and I'm like, buddy, I see them like at least twice a week in game. Not to imply I see Lucky Rabbit's feet twice a week in real life. I think it's time we do some Reading Nook library shenanigans. Because we're looking for the bookshop. That said, we have no money. This is a Rook room as well. We need to remember that. I should just write that down. Rook equals Nook. King equals study. What are we dealing with here? A dead end. Could rotate. Could take bedroom. Could rotate. What are we looking for with library? Like nothing, right? We have to afford the money. Rotate pantry. Feels bad, kind of. We have no gems. Let's go back. I don't want to open that door with no gems. Oh, hey, look. Well, that's not what we're looking for. Speaking of gems, we already chose to go back, though. So I'm going to continue going back. Need to look at these rooms better. If we get $1 more... And hey, look at that. We have actually a decent amount of doors. Let's take storeroom, get that $1. Thank you. Get that sleep mask. Now our bedroom play is sounding appropriate. And then hopefully if we can find a metal detector, we'll be sitting pretty nicely because workshop theoretically is more common. We got another library. I still got breaker box. I did suggest we have breaker box synergy going, where we don't have to get the key card. It removes it from the pool. It's a good dead end. We can turn off gymnasium. And because we got sleep mask, I don't mind spending the steps right now. I think it might even be a good idea to go into security. We got running shoes as well. And then increase security. And then it's set to offline mode. Yeah. Beautiful. And I still want to kind of go back to the other hallway. I want to do low ranks first, if we can. Recognizing my steps are dwindling quickly. Oh, we can rotate. Okay, beautiful rotate. That's exactly what we're looking for. Doesn't seem like there's usually loot in this room. It has enough potential, I suppose. Let's redraw. Early nursery, make our bedrooms pop off. We don't necessarily need the gems. We don't want that bedroom necessarily either. It kind of sucks we're eating away a door. I walked in without thinking about it, but I guess we have the mask as well as that gem there. All right, let's see what we get here. Remember, we can redraw. It's a good courtyard. Maybe we can find metal detector or shovel inside. Yeah, let's do it. Shovel. Try the dead end first, potentially. Just do observatory. See what's in this door behind us. We could do study. Office is also a gem now. It's a little early for office. Whereas this is the perfect time for study. 44 letters in the message. We know what the message says. And I feel like it's relevant to the safes. I mean, obviously, that's why it says it. I'll read it aloud again as I press enter on that message. If we count small gates, 8 dates crack, 8 safes. So we know about to count small gates because we counted the small gates inadvertently. Oh, wait, this is the study is a king room or a queen room. Queen equals study. Oh, I did it backwards in that print in the last message. Okay. I said king equals study. King equals office. Queen equals study. And then like observatory is night. I did that backwards in my writing. And then we saw rook a few times. Oh yeah, rook is nook. In addition to another one that we saw. I can't recall now. But nook is the more common one, so. We have the observatory. There's the knight. And we definitely have pawns, because pawns are basically every room. So we are just looking for bishop now, which is cathedral. We can solve. Oh no, we need to also draft an office, of course. We saw it. I just got excited. Okay, it's fine. We're almost there. We're figuring it out. Let's take den. Seems good. These extra uses for gems are cool. Redrawing and rotating. It's locked. Let's see what's over here. This counts as a bedroom. And it's a pathway towards the center, which is what we're kind of looking for. Is there an item inside? There is an orange. Check out this room as well. Ooh, and a gem. Big spare bedroom. Could take the parlor over the bedroom here. We don't necessarily need the bedrooms, although we are getting experiments now, I think. Is it for everyone after the second? Don't remember now. We didn't go into that pantry, or we did, but we turned around. It's an apple. I almost feel like apples... No, we already know the experiment. That's why it's good to get the experiment early. The statement on the white box is true. A box with a false statement contains the gems. The gems are in the white box. Okay, if this was true, this has to be false. Which doesn't make sense, right? Because if it's false, and then it has to be, the box with the gem has to be true. So this is saying it's true. If this is true, then this has to be false, which means the gems are in there. If this is false, a box with the white or with the false statement contains the gem. So that has to be a box with the true statement contains the gem. Which means this box is true, which means it's in here, which means it doesn't make sense, which means that the original statement where this is true, the statement on the white box is true. The box with the false statement contains the gem. The gems are in the white box. This is a false statement. The gems are in here. I always do that. I pick it up and then I go look for it after deciding. All right, huge gemage. What about this door? Okay, it's finally locked. Plenty of pawn rooms. So again. Oh yeah, there is a safe in the study. I know we're wasting steps. D8, date. And we know the dates of the safes. Or rather, we know the safes are dates, the safe codes. What would be a date on this safe in the study? I don't think we're solving this right now. If we count, because I thought this message would apply to this one. If we count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. What date would apply to the study? The only way we knew what date applied to the office was through the fact that they were talking about the count, March of the Count, over and over. If we count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. I wish there was any other hint in this place, because that's what's stumping me. Is there's nothing in here other than the date? The queen date. And it's like, what other dates do we have? Do we have any other dates? I don't think we do. We did have the crest, but that's not going to apply here. The crest was 12, 13. I guess I can move the note, the March of the Count note. The date of the queen. That's literally the only thing that comes to mind. I'm also wondering if, like, I just put in the date of Mary Epson's birth. I don't know if things are the year or like month. Sorry, I'm once again just scrolling through my notes. What else is new? There are dates. We have random dates, but like nothing kind of gets put together. I think if anything, it's going to be like the date of something historic. But even then, I sort of thought that would be the case. Is there a queen? I'm looking at the book. The third era. The fourth era is King Dissolutes. The fifth era was the Fensurrection. Second era is when he gave Araja. We don't know anything about any queens. Unless it's referring to Clara Epson. We do have a photo with a date on it. It's at the ball, but that doesn't make any sense because my buddy said the safe, you don't need anything outside the room, which I don't know if that's necessarily true because I guess in the study you would need to know, or the office, you need to know who Gates is. Or the Count. Yeah, you need to know his title. There's a candle here. Can you light the candle? I just don't understand some of this. Like, yeah, he's just like taking his notes here, whatever. But more specifically, why sturdy study? It's intriguing to me because we're in the study. This is a note to Anne though, like this isn't gonna, or note to self to ask Anne. I think we can't do anything with this room. I need to move on for the moment because I'm losing my mind. I guess we're going back to pantry through the pool room. We do have runners. Feeling pretty good about the drafting so far. Got the workshop. We take it, right? What do we got? Sledgehammer, shovel. We don't have necessarily items to use it with yet, but it's, I think we just take it because it's a hallway. And a battery. Oh, wait. Okay, so maybe we can get the broken lever now. Somewhere. Okay, start using keys. Start taking chapel. rotate. So depending on how they rotated, I was going to take one or the other. If chapel went to the right, I would have taken that, but it didn't, so classroom. As far as I'm concerned, these both have costs, but this one has at least an apple in it, which is whatever, but gotta be on the lookout for hall passes too, but hall passes are not the best item. We can redraw, I always forget. Redraw to classrooms, always. Vault is crazy. We don't have a vault key. Just take east hallway. What else do we see? We got 5 redraws. Just aquarium. Aquarium seems fine. It helps us with our bedroom synergy. Which also helps us because we're like going back and forth like crazy. It's also a green room. Don't know how this counts as a shop, but I guess sometimes you buy stuff at aquariums. We just take chapel here, get it out of the pool. Locksmith is good. Actually, we could buy... Oh, we don't have money. Oh, we're sheltered. I totally forgot about that. Chapel's good because if we can craft the fire item again for the second time ever, it'll be huge. Greenhouse is good, but we kind of want to use the lever to craft. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. What else do we get in here? Like watering can. Gems. More likely to draw green rooms. What are the other green rooms? They're okay. Could take guest bedroom double back. Could just take corridor. Probably just take corridor, right? Do we really need anything in here? How good is this plot of land? Do we know? This one in particular is actually poor soil, so we'd only get 1 gem probably. This is the one bad spot on the right side, except for the bottom right corner. Let's go corridor. And this door's always unlocked, so we might as well just go check it, I guess. And then... probably just veranda. This time, we have shovel. We're looking for... yeah, veranda. We're looking for items. Greater chance of items. Keys galore. Keys galore and more. Use them. Do we redraw this time? We don't have to. The kennel is a new room. We should try it. Oh my god, you can see the dogs! The dogs. Yo, how long are these dogs? I hope the maid, Babbage, has been here before me because... are you kidding me? Oh, you can pet the dog! That's a good boy right there. Oh my god. You telling me they put an animation for dogs? Is this one perpetually drinking? Oh my god, adorable. It's fun. Cat? Cat? That's a cute little dinghy. I don't know what to make of this. Got leashes. Cat blocks. Block cat. I don't understand what that's supposed to mean. Ooh. Beautiful conservatory. Okay, so I need to be less concerned about keeping doors for foundation, I think. Like, I'm assuming we can get to foundation out of one of the 3 doors. Okay, rook is conservatory as well. I knew I saw it recently. Just note that. Apple key. Okay. Nursery, den, and dining room. Oof. This is kind of rough. I say maybe we turn down nursery, but nursery's so good on runs you need it. It just like low-key carries. Den is not bad. But maybe we want to see it a little less because it's only 1 gem. It is doors, that's the benefit. And then it usually has a trunk in it. Well, I shouldn't say usually, but sometimes. And you don't always have keys or a sledgehammer for it. Maybe we turn this down to standard. Is that crazy? This is a very good room. It's so good that you maybe don't want to see it right away. Does that make sense? Not common enough to be a nuisance, not rare enough to be elusive. Let's try it. I might regret that. We're not changing it to unusual. It's on standard. Dining room is also standard, which feels kind of right. Because I'm also want to find dining room about the same time. The question is, do we move this to standard? You kind of want to see this early if you want to see this. If you don't want to see this, you still want to take it early. We want to keep this commonplace for sure. I think that's a room you take early. Almost no matter what run you have. Because you basically always need steppers. Oh, and right when you dig up, it unlocks doors. Because of the kennel. Delightful. What's in this potential dead end? Locksmith. Kitchen darkroom. Just take darkroom. Get it out of the pool. Just thinking of what our path to victory is with this. We need Great Hall. We have Pool Hall, so okay. Hey, lockpick kit. I was gonna say I want to go to the locksmith room for the lockpick kit, but okay, so if we find sorry, I lost my train of thought. If we find the Great Hall, we can access the antechamber through that pathway now. This is unfortunately have become a dead end. We still have 2 more doors left though, but it's all the way back at the start. Can we craft anything? Battery pack. Plus shovel or sledgehammer requires a 3rd object, which I believe is the broken lever. What about anything else? I'm kind of doubting it. Why does it keep having rabbit's foot there? Ah, man. Once again, we're like, we need a couple more items. If we can find an attic, we did turn up the commonplace, or attic to be standard. We're also running a little low on gems, which is concerning. Doing a lot of backtracking as well. Can we buy gems here? No. How do we get sleeping mask? I don't even remember. Okay, let's go to the den. I feel like I might have made a mistake with that den. So much so that I almost want to go back. Maybe we'll go back and redo that if we have the extra steps. I'm not too concerned about it. I do have this idea. It's like, oh, if we see it though, we should change it. And that might not always be the case. You know? We do have letters. Probably just take the doors here though. I'm not too concerned about reading the letters immediately. And we still have more letters, right? Yeah. This do be the same run. Let's go to these doors first. Double bunk room. This will actually proc our letters twice. Usually there's loot in here. Yeah, I think because this room counts as 2 rooms, I think it has like double loot procs. We actually got keycard. Okay. That was decent. So if we get 1 more proc, then we already have chosen this successful experiment for sure. Rotate the bedroom. And then we can enter for free. And hey, we even have a lockbox. I don't know if I've seen a lockbox in this room before. Dice and money. What are we hoping for with boiler room if we go boiler? We're looking for the pump room, which means we need to get pool room. We need items. We have redraws. Let's take in walk-in closet. This seems sketch, but we have to go through parlor. We have 1 door left, and we have to try to make it to foundation with that 1 door. This also gets rid of kind of a more common one as well. I'm really hoping for something good here, miss. The heck, a cupcake? 10 steps, I've never seen that before. Key, 2 gems, not great. I was really hoping for metal detector or broken lever, of course, but man, okay, it's fine. What kind of steps is this? Or sorry, what kind of room is this? It doesn't say. We also need to remember to draft an office if we can, but we don't really have the opportunity to be making choices like that necessarily. We need to pray to the drafting room gods. Please, Herbert, give me your strength. We can't lockpick it. We still have plenty of keys. I'm not concerned about that. This is a hurtin'. attic. We redraw or rotate? What are we looking for if we redraw? How many hallways are even existent? It's probably just this hallway. We probably just redraw, rotate, I should say. Not great. What about through this door? Can't lockpick it. Several keys. We rotate the dining room. And then we can eat immediately. We could go for library. Dining room's doors. But library doesn't cost us anything, necessarily. Discover less common floor plans while drafting in the library. That's also kind of scary. I say let's rotate. It went the wrong way. Rotate again. That sucks. And we're going to try not to use gems anymore than we have to. Pizza's furnace, right? Yeah. We'll take the lunchbox for now, because that's what it's here for. Get this guest bedroom out of the pool, I think. Another gem. I really wish you'd be giving me anything but gems right now. That said, I guess I shouldn't be complaining too much because I am going through them like crazy. Okay, here's the office. This is actually a huge passageway. Office is a gem back as well. Boudoir is a gem too, of course. And bedroom. We just take passageway, right? We'll have 3 gems left. I shouldn't be thinking about this too hard. We'll see office again, right? We have rerolls and plenty of doors. Do we want the door to foundation that badly? Like, we kind of do. I kind of wish gymnasium was up here, though. Let's get rid of solarium. We're running low on gems. It's getting scary. It is a dig spot. And a gem back. Why does it always rotate the wrong way? In hindsight, that might have been a mistake, I guess. We don't necessarily need to get to foundation. What is this note even implying? After meeting at George, take all conference notes and place them in the office safe. I don't know why I said staff. What was wrong with me? I guess because I saw staff somewhere else. This time I take Jim. At the very least, it's powered off. Why are all these doors doing this to me? They really don't want me. Like, imagine if I didn't have the rotation. I'd be hurting right now. Alright, are we doing this reading right now? It is now December 1st, is what we learned. I'd take a sip of this. Do I have this energy within me? It's already 50 minutes in. The run is almost over. Let's maybe end the run, and then I'll end it by reading. Because I don't know what else we're going to get here. Doors is good. How many doors is this? I wish I would just tell you. 1, 2, 3, including this. 4 with utility closet. Actually huge. Not too huge, but huge enough, I guess. I guess boudoir is also decent. We already have the rerolls though. Wait, what the hell? Why are there so many extra doors? How does this work? Wait, what? In the mechanarium. Okay. And that's the room right next to us. And we silver key this zombie. For show. We just take the boudoir for the letter. The letter dice gem. Pretty big boudoir, all things considered. So you know what? The date of this safe is like 12/25, right? December 25th. The date of the other safe was 0303, March 3rd. Turned out to be an important date. That blue crown is interesting, but like I don't never get here by the time to make it use it, like to make it interesting, to make it useful. I'd rather just burn all my rerolls here. Do we co-check? What do we got? Oh. I don't remember what we ordered. We didn't get study again, or office again. Maybe we try to get office. Because Vault isn't doing anything for us either. Mage Chamber's another letter. Redraw. It doesn't matter what we get with this room. Mailroom. We could get a lot of information right now, do a lot of reading. What else would we be looking for? Some sort of green room for like metal detector. We could go back to security as well. This run's not quite over. Do we just do mailroom? I think we just do mailroom. How many procs on the letters did we get? We got like 5. Yeah, let's do mailroom. Let's see how much information we can get here. And our order has been placed for next time. Holy letters. And we have magnifying glass as well. So I didn't take this screenshot. And I should have. Maybe I did. I just don't remember where I put it. Because I don't think it's in this category. I was looking for it earlier. So. Okay. We read the 3rd letter. The 4th letter, this has a one from Morajai on it. From Randolph again. Simon, in case it's useful to you, here's a rough diagram of the steam duct system. Due to the ever-changing nature of the rooms on the estate, we ended up building the duct system to be quite flexible, and if you look long enough along the ceiling, in many rooms, you will find many of them have been outfitted with steam ducts. I don't know about many of them. Some of them. As long as you align these rooms together onto uninterrupted string, power can be transferred from room to room, even if the boiler room and its intended destination are opposite sides of the house. Boiler room to lab, to pump room, to laundry room, to garage. Yeah. Like it's that easy. This is from Randolph again. All right, Simon, let me know if I'm writing to you too much. I've never been too good at gauging where the line of impropriety is, and for all I know, maybe the help I'm offering you with these letters is unwanted. Maybe you're perfectly fine without my help. He put that experiment in there just so he can mail you. That's what's going on. It's been a bit of a moral quandary for me as I've written these, as I'm fairly certain your uncle didn't want us to assist you on your quest. Still, if it was that important, I have to believe he'd have the foresight to specifically instruct us not to interfere. Nothing ever deterred him from that level of supervision in the past, and after working alongside him for over a decade, I like to at least imagine that we were friends and that I knew him well. In conclusion, I think he would have found the level of help I have offered well within the acceptable range. I haven't spoken about him since his departure. I would assume you haven't spoken to him too much since then. And I know you didn't know him that well, but as soon as you're ready, I'm going to have plenty of stories to tell. He was a fearless businessman with the greatest respect for invention. Of all the laboratories I've worked in, I can tell you Mount Holly was a gem, and I'm hoping we can continue that work once you've taken up the reins, but I won't get ahead of ourselves. You still have to find the 46th room. Buddy, get out of here with that garbage. And once again, they're not showing us whatever this stamp is. They conveniently are hiding that stamp from us. Dear Simon, from Randolph again. After giving it some thought, I've decided I'm going to continue helping you. I also just had a small chat with the probate lawyer, and he assures me there's nothing in the Baron's instructions that would preclude me from offering you my modest assistance. So let me tell you what I know. About a week before Sinclair died, something rather curious happened. A few lab assistants were called by Mrs. Babbage, the house manager, to remove several floor plans from Sinclair's drafting studio. Typically, all of the unused floor plans are kept there, and I've never heard of them being moved to another location, nor would I presume to guess the reason for such an action. I'm not sure which floor plans were removed or where they were moved to, save one which I instructed to remove myself. Assuming it was not moved again after I hit it, you should be able to find it in the observatory, hidden with the lens compartment of the telescope therein. If there was a reason behind the removal of these floor plans from the drafting studio, hopefully this will serve as a first illuminating step toward finding out why. Okay, we go back to the observatory. Good note. Ooh, new ticket. Araja! It's rainy! Someone Yenna there. I'm gonna take a couple of screenshots of this, I think, just so I can make sure I get all the details. The Eastern Rain. It's Tari's Yenna. So I believe one of our ancestors was from Araja, which is why maybe Mary escaped there before traveling completely westward. Once again, Randolph. Hey, Simon, I'm going to assume at this point you've likely reached the upper ranks of the house and run into our keycord security doors. These are actually a fairly new addition to the house that were designed by Kirk Darren and myself after being installed in an unfortunate incident 2 years ago when some of your uncle's correspondence was stolen by a member of the staff who had somehow managed to reach a room that they should not have been able to find. That is a long sentence. We're still not 100% sure how to get past the antechamber seals, but it was clear after that episode that not every member within the staff should have unchecked access to the higher staff's ranks of the estate. It's important to note here that in my own experience, I've found every other member of the staff to be extremely trustworthy and unwavering in their loyalty to your uncle. Still, after that incident, we decided to err against our own confidence and opted to install a state-of-the-art security system, issuing key cards to only the most trusted members of the senior staff. If you find the security doors become an annoyance while you're attempting to navigate the house, you should be able to lower the frequency from the security terminal. There's even a nifty trick to unlock them by utilizing the utility closet in conjunction with the security settings. And they're telling us info we already know. Thank you, Randolph, once again. Simon, following up on the map I created outlining the steam-powered duct system, I thought it would be helpful to provide you with a corresponding map for gas power, which is an outdated system that currently is only utilized outside in the locations on the ground: Apple Orchard, Gemstone Cavern, Schoolhouse, Hovel. We have found all those. Thank you. Hope this helps. Simon! Just in case it wasn't explicit in the details, I decided to contact DC Power directly and get some additional usage instructions for the VA system that they installed. This information is actually useful. It's actually as much for me as it is for you, as I often spend 10 minutes in the utility closet just pressing random buttons until coming up with the desired result, but I rarely understand how it is I get there. After half an hour on hold, I finally got to speak with the technician who personally designed the system, compiled the list of helpful operating instructions. I'll add that material to a separate sheet I'll include with this letter. As always, hopes this helps you. Randolph. If 5 out of the 6 indicators light up all the same color, pressing the 6 will always sync it to the other 5. If 5 of the 6 are green, pressing any of them will result in the appearance of a blue. If all the 6 lights are purple, pressing any of them will result in a white. Pressing a blue indicator will turn it off and flip both its neighbors to blue. Unless one of those neighbors is red, in which case it turns to blue. Sorry, it turns to purple. Okay, these last letters better have something good, is all I'm saying. Dormitory is issue 1 that we've been missing. Greetings, Simon. Hope all is going well in the state. I was discussing my communications with you and another fellow technician, Kimberly Thompson. She just suggested I disclose to you locations of drafting strategy issues she personally found in the estate. The above list is according to her, so I can't personally vouch that these are accurate. Well, these are accurate, I think. If it's not totally accurate, then these two are swapped. The dormitory, which we don't have access to yet. Oh, this is huge info. Put this directly in the house staff directory. Simon, if I'm going to be mentioning members of the staff, perhaps I should give you a brief introduction. Miss Ann Babbage, house manager, my boss. Kirk Darren, head of security. Randolph Moore, lead lab technician, network admin, humble author of these letters. Kimberly Thomason, lab assistant, helpful sidekick. Chef de Camp, head of kitchen, maker of tasty meals. Hartley Rota, the Baron's personal valet who is retiring. Christoph is the chauffeur. What's the difference between a chauffeur and a personal valet? And Robert Nagula, the new groundskeeper. There are a handful of other names among the various live-out and seasonal service staff, but due to their infrequent mention, I thought it best to omit them from this cursory introduction. Okay, Robert, you managed to send us 10 letters that basically had very little info. We know the names of a lot of people here. The location of the last drafting thing, which is in the dormitory. That's the one piece of information. We need to go back to the observatory. And given how much I just read, I'm not reading this book in the library right now. I'll be real with you. Once again, I'm going to tell myself I'm going to read it tomorrow. Okay, back to observatory. We could also mess around with the study some more. I forgot to check out the shelter. We also did the date wrong. We could still get the gem in there. There's no point. Really. Kind of wish that just worked. We learned about the weight room. Man, it sucks that we're gonna have all these items and we can't make anything with them once again. At least the workshop is more commonplace. Okay, let's go back to observatory. The mechanarium, I was unsure about this, but I think this room is actually huge. Especially the fact that it has a lever in it. Did we? We did get the basement key. Should we go down there? We learned more about Araja. We actually learned like the key information about Araja. We have over 100 steps, so I'm not too concerned if we're wasting them. Yeah, I didn't think we had passageway there. Sorry, this game makes my brain go all over the place. I'll be real. I'm trying to think of the best course of action. Probably just go to Araja right away since it's fresh on my mind. At the very least, okay, let's go back to the conservatory and change the den again, I think. Let's compare it to another room. we changed the den to be as equivalent to, I believe, like the mail room. And I'll double check that. Where's the mail room? I always like go through them all without finding them. There it is, page 4. It's unusual. Because I was gonna say, we didn't see mail room that often. I don't know. The fact that it's 3 doors makes me want to go back and change it to common again. Trying to think if there's anything else down there, but like there really isn't, right? If we had the reservoir filled, we could have access back and forth. So if we took tomb again, basement access is actually pretty huge. I would love to fill the reservoir with the pump room, but I don't know, the boiler room, pump room combo, but I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. This is nuance. We got this one already. We just couldn't solve the puzzle box. Oh, so they really do just spawn those flags after you solve it, because they're not there right now. Okay, speaking of solving it, we know it's rainy. I said, okay, let me pull out the controller again. It just really helps my brain having the controller to do this. So that's rain. We don't know how they travel though. That's roads. That's horseback. Can we look at the menu or the stamp again? And by can we, I mean I'm gonna go look at the stamp again. I'm not seeing anything in particular. That's horseback. Let's try horseback. The color of Viraja is violet, which is this one right here. On horseback with rain. Oops, I didn't mean to hit that right away. Agricultural? No. Martial? Probably not. That'd be a third martial. Metropolitan. Academic. Industrial. Spiritual. Poetic. Tribal. So it is not that. This is trains. Do we think Raja has trains? Now that we know the weather, we could theoretically just cycle through everything. I don't necessarily want to, but alas. Kind of don't expect it to be trains. I feel like the only ones that's going to have trains is Arinda Aries. So I feel like this is a bit of a waste of time, but at the very least it's quick with this controller. Oh my god, it's trains poetic. And then yeah, they spawn the flags here, but when you're like in puzzle mode, they don't show you. I'm so glad I decided to go through trains, even though I did not assume it to be the case. Huge. Yo, we're still doing things. Unique architecture. So there's not dates here. Maybe it's a riddle in itself. First Raja. Maybe this is a date. Mount Holly is taking care of Anne and Babbage. I was a little disappointed that there had not been a drop of rain during any time here, as Every Arajan story I've ever heard had begun with rain. I suppose the anecdotes I make on this trip will still have to do without the flavorful setting. However, even without the rain, the puddles and ponds that dot the countryside make this place feel different than home. Loria Yena, Alor Lune. Herbert. Because my assumption was these letters are going to talk about how he traveled, or like the not in the how he traveled, but like the dates. Maybe let's do this, I guess. Maybe. Oh my god, these are so much harder. The puzzle box of Morajai spread to Araja not through port towns as in other realms, but by train routes from the north through Orinda Ares. When violet tiles were introduced, they were created as a simple reflection of the variation first introduced by Arc Ares some years earlier. When violet tiles are pressed, they move south. What in the hell are we doing here? Shit. I feel like clicking red ever is bad. Shit, we're close. We're so close, and I think I screwed it up. I can't have green in center. I'm close. I swear it. I need to know what's in one of these damn cubes. Yellow goes up, purple goes down, I think. So I think it's implying the arc areas go up. The yellows, I should say. Oh, and the green's stuck in the middle now. Green cannot be in middle, except for this moment where I can move purple above it. Or rather, I can swap places with purple. I need to swap that out. Move that over. No, because when I move that over, that's already over. I can't have purple moved over. I need to have it in the center so I can manipulate it with green. Swap this. How do I get black to move up? I need to swap it down. I need to swap a yellow down. How do you swap a yellow down? That's a good question. By moving a black up. But I can't move it down. Oh my god. And reds just seem bad. Don't click red ever. Oh, I'm beginning to lose my mind. I thought we had it at one point, and now I'm like very much not convinced. I need like black purple up here. I don't know if I can do that. If I move this up, black goes middle. Then I can use black to go here, purple go here. I can click purple to go green, go here. Swap black with that, it'll go red. That doesn't really help us. Yellow only wants to go up. Green swaps. This does nothing if I click it. I'm so stumped. Wait. That doesn't add up to me either. I need the black up here. Am I solving it? I have to do it this way. It worked. It's allowance? All of that for allowance. I mean, I guess I'm at 25. I can't complain that much. Oh, that was difficult. Can we go do the other one now? How long is this video? Hour and a half. Did we hit this? We didn't even hit this. There's nothing in there, right? So I had to think real hard for that one. This one I still don't get, because what does orange even do? Now it seems like it's unwinnable. Like, what? How do you do this? So you have to, like, play around orange? Purple wants to go down. We probably want purple to be up and swap these. I legit don't know what to do with these oranges. Wait, we know about the other colors. No, because the green tiles are what we learned about here. Yeah, this one we can't solve yet, I don't think. What does this letter say? You can almost see its shores. This feels like this is one of the last ones to be mailed. But there's like no real reference one way or the other to confirm that. I don't know what I was expecting from that box, but I was hoping for a bit more than allowance, I would admit. Once again, this tunnel feels a little long in the tooth, but I suppose that's the point. If we rotate the thing here, we can get access to the tomb from this side. And therefore, we could also bring access to the fountain. But we really only want to do that for the candles, because I don't see us using those candles. Missed a dig hole here. Another key, doesn't matter. Go back to conservatory. I don't want den to be the standard. I think I've decided it needs to be commonplace. And honestly, if I could do the same with conference room, I probably would. How do we even get back over there? We have to go through all the way. We have to go through the den. Crazy. Oh, we didn't even eat this pizza. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, right. There's a thing here. Wait. How would we... I don't remember the exact mentioning of the notes. Oh, we didn't even look. We didn't even look at the observatory. What is wrong with me? That sounds about right. Do I want to bring this lens down? Is that what it is? It's like stuck. This better not take too long. Oh, we're like scraping it against the roof there. Can I lower this again? And again? I don't know what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm just kind of like testing the bounds of it at this point. Oh, I still don't know what I'm trying to do. I feel like I want to lower it so I can get to one of these other pieces, but... this is kind of frustrating me. Oh my god, this is not gonna be enough, is it? Nope. I'm, again, not gonna say it, not sure what we're trying to accomplish with this here. The thingamajig, we found ourselves thingamajigging. I'm gonna send it all the way. Lower this again. It's right here. The planetarium. If you call it a day in a planetarium, gain 2 stars. Okay, now the slow process of moving it back, I suppose. It's probably about right, right? Alright, does it still work? It does indeed work. Alright, we got the reward out of that, at the very least. Let's go back to conservatory. The long winding path. Once again, gonna mention, a little upset that we weren't able to craft the things we're looking for, and there's nothing left in the estate. So, at the very least, we got a lot of letters. We learned maybe one thing out of them, and got the planetarium as a result. Did not get the chess piece finished, the chess puzzle, but we're closer than ever for sure. I'm going to turn Den back to commonplace because I feel like that's a mistake waiting to happen. And I feel like nursery commonplace is okay because it's the one bedroom you want to see early more than the others. And then dining room standard seems okay. So I don't know. None of those were particularly amazing. Anything else we can do here? We can go back to the shelter. There's no reason for that. Think we're done here. So I'll call this a video. Thank you so much for watching, folks. We'll call it a day here. It's getting a little late. I do want to play more. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. We'll see how I feel in next 15 minutes or so. Gotta catch up on messages because people have been DMing me. What else is new? New room 1, which is good to see at the very least, I guess. The kennel, right. I think we did okay. We're slowly sussing some things out, you know? Thank you so much for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, click the like button, subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you next time. Bye.